Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tech Tip Tuesday with the Tech Ninja. I am your host, Kat Milner, the Chief Tech Ninja of Simplify Your Tech. And today we're talking about the bottom of the funnel. So, the last couple of videos, we've talked about the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel. Now it's the bottom of the funnel. Now, as you recall, the top of the funnel is where you're attracting attention. You're getting the attention of people who don't really know you and wanting to bring them into your world to become a potential client. So we're doing things like lead magnets, webinars, things like that to attract that attention. Usually it's the lead magnets are things like PDFs, ebooks, simple things that just they will exchange their email address for, that's valuable, that they will want. That moves them into the middle of the funnel where you nurture them. This is where you probably do want to get them onto a webinar. They're in maybe your Facebook group so that you're showing them valuable content and teaching them things every week and showing them your expertise, getting them to know, like, and trust you. As they go through that middle of the funnel, and they may spend a bit of time in that middle of the funnel, but eventually they'll want to move into the bottom of the funnel. And this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where they're going to convert to a paying client because they've consumed your content. They see you know what you're talking about, but they can't quite do it on their own, but they can see that you can get them from where they are to where they want to be. And in this bottom of the funnel, this is where you want to provide a lot of detailed testimonials, case studies that you've done with other clients. If you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of testimonials or previous clients, just drop a comment in the chat and we can talk about that and how you can work with that. This is where you also want to offer those personalized consultations, those one-on-one meetings, so that they can ask you questions, you can get to know them a little bit better. You don't really want to be doing that in the top or the middle of the funnel so much, because that's where you get the freebie seekers who just want to pick your brain to see what you know and then go and see if they can figure it out on their own. This is where you want to get into those one-on-one consultations, because then you can really answer specific questions for their business, keeping in mind not to solve the problem for them because you want them to pay you for that. You're going to create compelling offers and guarantees. So here's my signature program. If you're not completely happy with it, this is the happiness guarantee. You're going to develop an in-depth FAQ and resource pages. So you're going to keep note of everything that people ask you, either in your Facebook group, on the webinars, or anywhere else, and start to see the patterns of those common questions that people ask and get really in-depth in the answers to those. You're also going to create resource pages of things like different steps that they can take without, again, giving it all away. You're especially going to want to be conscious of your call to action. You want it to be clear and you want it to be specific. For example, book your call now, as opposed to, hey, let's get started, which is great, but you don't want to soft pedal anything. You want it to show that you provide a clear pathway and steps to take to get to where they want to go. And that starts with the clear call to action. And you want to leverage your social proof and reviews. Put those reviews, those great comments from clients up there. And when you get those reviews, maybe even develop a set of questions that you can send out to people to say, this is what I'd like you to cover in your testimonial. These are what I feel are the high points of what we've done together. Feel free to add your own, but I'd love it if you could cover these points. And people will really appreciate you sending out that in-depth questionnaire so that they can really get specific. It'll jog their memory and it will make them go, oh, wow, when I worked with Jean, she did this, and this because I was having this problem. And together we created the solution and now life is amazing. As opposed to, oh, I really loved working with Jean. She was great. She was awesome, which doesn't really help anybody. A good idea is also to have them do the testimonial right when you're working with them. Like halfway through your program, have them do a testimonial because they're really excited and starting to see some results. But also at your last session, if you're on a Zoom, have them record it right then and there. Just record it yourself. Mute your mic, mute your video, record them. And that way it's clear, it's easy, and they're still really excited about it, because I guarantee you, if they say, oh, okay, I'll get that done this week, you're 99% chance you'll never see that video. Pretty much guaranteed. Just saying. So that is the main part of the bottom of funnel. This is where the rubber really hits the road. This is where you get serious. This is where you ask them, are you serious? People can spend a bit of time in the funnel, and that's okay. But if you've done a really great job setting everything up in the top and the middle of the funnel, you shouldn't have to work that hard at the bottom of the funnel. As one of my favorite mentors says, if you're really great at marketing, meaning top and middle of funnel, you don't have to really sell anything when they get to bottom of the funnel, because they've already sold themselves. Hope this was helpful, and look forward to seeing you next week.